Hello everybody, welcome back to Art Whisper 88. I have here my monster plate. This is the 18 by 24 gel plate. This is the largest gel plate ever manufactured, available on the market. And as you can see, I have a new backing of a white plexiglass, which was given to me by a dear friend. He's the same friend who provided me with this beautiful printing bed. Anyway, the plexiglass allows the gel plate to stick tightly to the bottom. So when I am pulling paper, the plate is not going to lift, hopefully. It might, but having a plexiglass base eliminates most of that possibility. So I will start by using my squirt bottle. This is diluted Blickcrylic Mars Black. The ratio is variable. Sometimes it's 50-50, 30-70, but it needs to be watered down in order not to clog up this nozzle. So I will do random lines. And what I like about this very large plate, it allows me to be freer in terms of movement. Okay, that's my first layer of black lines. Now I will complement that with some shapes with my color shaper. Now, since this is a reverse image, I have to think backwards, and whatever I place here will show up on the paper on the opposite side. So I will do things on the right side that will show up on the left. I will be using my wider color shaper. I think this is 3 inch. This is 3 inches. I like the modulation that the color shaper does. It creates all these interesting patterns and textures otherwise would not be possible. Because it actually not just spreads things around, it removes certain areas. So it's a combination of removing and applying. Okay. Now, as usual, I will do some scribbles with my magic wand. This creates additional textures. Okay, so I'm going to allow the first layer of black marks to dry, and I have here a ceiling fan that facilitates that. I used to have my little desk fan, but now we are moving up in the world. Okay, I would say this is about 60–70% dry. It doesn't have to be totally dry. I do want it to smear a little bit, and that creates a little more rich texture. So this is a color called Sand by Lucas. So I will just apply the light colors in random areas. This is Naples Yellow. I'm going to mix brands. This is Cadmium Red by Soho Acrylic. I will put a little Arctic. Yeah. Okay. And I will be using a 4-inch. This is 4 inches. I will start with the lighter color. Eventually this will all blend together. Again, I am alternating vertical and horizontal strokes just to create some contrast in the grain. For this brayer has a grain in it. That's the grain caused by the leftover paint, and that does create a texture. Okay, This is my Richeson paper. I will put a link in the description box below. And I am lining up the left side with my registration bar to make sure that the image falls in the right place. In other words, it's perfectly perpendicular. Because I hate it when the edges are not 90 degrees. That's just me. It may not make too much of a difference to other artists, but I do value very clean and straight borders. And I'm not a big fan of taping. You can use tape if you want, but that's just my personal preference. I prefer not to tape the edges of the image because sometimes I do like the very ragged edge of a monoprint. It gives it a more organic feel. Okay, I will leave this on for about 5 to 6 minutes because I am trying to lift off all these layers in one shot. Okay, this is exciting. Let's see how we made out. Now, since this is a large piece of paper, I have to be more careful. I can tell already this is really cool. I love the drama and complexity of this image. I think the black really adds to that, makes it possible. Check this out. I'm very happy with this. Okay, so let me put this aside and keep going, keep rolling. Let me just check this nozzle. I think it's clogged. That's better. It does clog very easily. Okay, some more black. So I think black really adds a lot of drama. This time I will add more of the cadmium red light. I like the contrast of this bright color. Naples yellow. And some of this turquoise. This time I will try to spread the color with color shaper. So this is going to be very different effect than the first pull. This time I will be using a smaller brayer. Spread the color. Okay, let's see how we did. Oh, this time there are more white spaces, which I like. And it did leave a beautiful ghost. It's really very painterly. Okay. Very cool. Now for a change of pace, I am going to use metallic copper. And some raw sienna. And this is one of my favorite colors. This is phthalo green. Again, I am applying a firm pressure because I do want to make sure that the paper has full contact with the plate. Okay, it's been about 6 minutes. Let's see what we have here. Check this out. I love how the colors combine without being muddy. And the result is a very painterly piece. Okay. Maybe one last fling. Now this time I will dry this one partially before I put a lighter color on top. This is Lucas Vermilion. This is going to be a very brightly colored piece. It's combined vermilion with cadmium red. Okay. Maybe this will be the last pull in this session. So I will leave this a little bit longer and take a chance, about 6 to 7 minutes. Just to make sure that the fibers of the paper absorb everything as much as possible. Okay, it's been about 6 to 7 minutes. Let's see how we made out. Oh, I think this is a really nice transfer. And the plexiglass underlayer really helps. Oh, I think this is going to be my favorite. Very dramatic. I think this is awesome. Don't you think? It's looking less and less like a monoprint and more like a painting. I'm really thrilled with this last image. So anyway, let me air dry all of these and I will recap. Okay, everybody, here's my favorite part of this video where I get to show you the final product. And this is the first pull. And with the first pull, I was already happy with the result. And here is a close. I love the contrasts of the bright colors against the black. I think it provides a lot of drama and movement. And these certain areas with the heavy application of paint, they become 3D. So that is the first piece. Here is piece number 2. This is even heavier in application. It's very much like an oil painting. Very different from the first piece. So that is number 2. Here is the third print with the phthalo green. This has a very mid-century modern feel it. And there's the shine of the metallic copper. Piece number 3, and finally we come to my favorite, which is the last one. It is this fiery red color, which is the color of life and energy. And I think the contrast with the black is very dramatic. And I love these little flecks of color left by the ghost print. So I hope you liked this video. This was really a lot of fun to do. It was a true adventure. I had no idea of the outcome. Please like, give me a thumbs up, and share this with your friends. Please pay a visit to my storefront, artwhisperer88.com. Now all these pieces are up for sale at very reasonable prices, and shipping is included within the United States. So thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and I do hope to see you next time.